What is the message you want to give to people when they see you and hear you now?
It's a deep message that there's a lot of badness in the world, and there's a few good people, very few good people. And you have to make the decision if you want to be good or if you want to be bad. You have to make the decision if you want to benefit people, if you want to be remembered as a good person. Because in history, if you look, you see a lot of people who did many things and they're remembered for them. You have good rulers and you have bad rulers. But they did something, they left their mark in this world. And you want to know if the mark that you leave on this world will be good or bad. And the only one who can help you do this is Allah. Because once you want something, and you want it very badly, desperately, Allah will give it to you. If it's good, and sometimes even if it's bad. But in the end, it's a lesson for you, to what you do, and what you want from life, and what you want to give to everyone else.
Tell us a little bit about you and your journey in life. How you come to this conclusion.
Well, when I grew up, I wasn't religious. I didn't really pray, and I didn't know much about the Sunnah. I would learn some hadith from my father. He would tell me when I was younger. But I didn't actually start praying until I was about 15. And once I started praying, I remember the first time, and I didn't get it right, and I started crying because I was upset with myself. I had some expectations. I thought I could do it. And then when I didn't, I started crying. And then my mom told me, she said, Breen, the point is you tried. And wait, you'll get it eventually. And so I did. I got it eventually. And I would pray every day. And during this time, I would always ask Allah to make me better. But it wasn't something like a connection. There was always a certain distance between me and Allah. And then one day, I heard that a relative of mine passed away. And this relative was very close to me. So I didn't know how to handle it. And the only thing that I could think of was to turn to Allah, because I didn't know, I couldn't tell anyone what I was feeling. Nobody would understand. It's not something, sometimes your emotions are so heavy that you can't explain them. But Allah is the one who knows everything. And Allah is the one who knows what's in your heart. So I turned to Allah in my dua, in my prayers, in my thoughts, in my heart. And I would always cry to Him and I would say, Allah, when will this pain end? When? What can I learn? What do you want from me after this? What can I do? And I started reading, and I started reading many books. I started going to different lecturers. And I learned a lot, but it still wasn't enough. There was still something empty. There was still a hole. And then one day, in college, my friend introduced me to her teacher. And it was a meeting of chance, I felt, because I was going home, and she was going home, I thought. And then she told me, no, she's going to a lecturer. So I said, okay, I'll come with you. I want to see what this is about, because I've been to many. And then when I met this teacher, he asked me, what is your name? What is your age? And where are you from? And so I told him this, and I was a little confused as to why he asked me. And then it was time for prayer. It was time for Maghrib. After we prayed, he began to talk. he began to talk about sincerity, about cleaning your heart, and also about death, about patience, about what Allah wants from you once He takes something from you. And this is where I learned, this is where I realized what Allah wanted from me. He wanted me to be aware of Him. Allah wanted me to know Him. And Allah can do it in different ways. He can give you a blessing, He can give you a gift, or He can take away something from you. But in the end, it's to show you that yes, there is someone higher than you. There is someone there who you do not see but sees you and controls everything. Because death is not within anyone's control. And when I realized this, when I sat through this lecture, it cleansed me, because I realized what Allah wanted from me. And when I went home that night, I was calm. I was calm after 7 months. And there was a feeling there. I realized it was as if a door had opened for me. A door that was previously closed, but because I couldn't see. And what Allah did, He showed me His power through this death, and then He showed me His mercy. Allah showed me that what a blessing it is to know Him. And now that this person had passed away, I wanted to do something for this person in his death. And the best thing that you can do is to please Allah. Because pleasing Allah, if you please Allah, then Allah will be for you. And He will give you what you want. If you love Allah and Allah loves you, then He will listen to you. And so I realized the best thing I can do for myself and for anyone else is that I have to please Allah. And I have to be for Allah. But not in the way that most people think. There is prayer, there's fasting, there's charity. But then this awareness that you are a creation of your Lord. This awareness that Allah is there and Allah is your Lord and He's taking care of you, and He has taken care of you in the past and He will continue to do that in the future. This awareness, this is the awareness that we need in our daily lives. Once we realize this, once we realize that Allah is our Rabb, that He's the one who's the cherisher, then when we act, our actions will be based upon what Allah wants from us. It'll be based on wisdom, it'll be based on goodness.
When somebody hear you now, why this person would be benefit from you, or why the person will hear you and you can affect this person, he or she, young and old? What is the message in your heart? What you want to share with the people, Muslim and non-Muslim?
For Muslims and non-Muslims, I will say that you'll come across many different ideas in your life. You'll come across different philosophies, and some people they go in circles with philosophies. And if you really want to benefit from what I have to say, it's that you have to accept the truth. You have to search for the truth and you have to be honest. And then you'll realize that there's a Creator. And Allah will guide you and He will accept you. But only if you're desperate for this knowledge. Only if you don't want to play games. Only if you don't want to be smart with anyone. You have to want Allah. You have to want the truth. And that's the only way Allah will accept you. Because once you're desperate for something, then you're given it.
What happens if somebody asks you, I'm weak, I did not reach this level?
Then you have to try. And you have to keep trying. And sometimes it means you have to talk to yourself. And you have to tell yourself that yes, I'm weak. Yes, I don't have certain abilities. I can't do this, I can't do that. But then you have to realize that Allah knows this as well. And if Allah knows this, then Allah can also fix it. Allah can change it for you. Even if it means showing you a different way to do something.